Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to narrate a story written by a prominent writer Prem Chand. The name of the story is Idgah. So just take your seat, fasten your belt, and get ready to enjoy the story. Let's get started. Eid has come today after the complete 30 days of Ramzan. What a pleasant morning. There is some strange greenery on the trees, some strange brightness in the fields, some strange redness in the sky. Look at today's sun, how lovely, how cool it is, as if it is congratulating the world on Eid. There is so much commotion in the village. Preparations are going on to go to Idgah. Someone's don't have button in his shirt is running to get needle and thread from the neighboring house. Someone's shoes have become hard. He runs to the oiler's house to pour oil in them. Quickly give food and water to the bullocks. It will be noon while returning from Idgah, walking 3 courses, then meeting hundreds of men. It is impossible to return before noon. The boys are the happiest. Some have kept a fast, that too till noon. Some have not even that, but the joy of Idgah, going to Idgah, is their share. Fasting will be for elders. It is Eid for them. Used to memorize the name of Eid every day. Today it's came. Now they are feeling restlessness. Why people do not go to Idgah? What is the use of the worries of the household to them? Whether there is milk or sugar for vermicelli in the house or not, it is none of their business. They will eat vermicelli. What does he know why his father is running to Chaudhry Kayamli's house in a fit of rage? What is the news to them that if Chaudhry changes his mind today, then this whole Eid will become Muharram? Kubair's money is full in their own pockets. They take out their treasures from their pockets and count them again and again and keep them after being happy. Mahmoud counts 1, 2, 10, 12. He has 12 paise. Mohsin has 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 15 paise. With this countless money, they will bring countless things toys, sweets, bugles, balls, and don't know what else. And the most happy is Hamid. He was a poor looking, lean boy of 4 5 years old whose father succumbed to cholera last year and mother died one day, turning pale for some unknown reason. No one came to know what is the disease, even if she said who was going to listen. Whatever used to happen on the heart, she used to tolerate it in the heart itself, and when it became unbearable, she left the world. Now Hamid sleeps in the lap of his old grandmother Amina and is equally happy. His father has gone to earn money. Will bring many bags. Amazon has gone to Allah Mia's house to bring nice things for him, so Hamid is happy. Hope is a big thing, and then the hope of the children. Their imagination makes a mountain out of mustard seeds. Hamid has no shoes on his feet. There is an old cap on his head whose color has turned black. Yet he is happy. When his father will bring bags and will bring trades, he will fulfill his heart's desires. Then it will be seen from where Mahmud, Mohsin, Nouri, and Sami will get so much money. Unfortunate Amina is crying sitting in her room. Today is the day of Eid and there is no grain in her house. If Abid were alive today, would Eid has come and gone like this? She is drowning in this darkness and despair. Who called this miserable Eid? It has nothing to do with this household, but Hamid. What does he mean by someone's death or living? There is light inside, hope outside. May calamity bring its entire force. Hamid's joy-filled mind will destroy it. Hamid goes inside and says to grandmother, "Don't be afraid, Amma. I will come first. Don't be afraid at all." Amina's heart is vexed. The children of the village are going with their respective fathers. Who else is Hamid's father other than Amina? How to let him go to the fair alone? What if the child gets lost somewhere in the crowd? No, Amina will not let him go like this. Little darling. How will three curses work? There will be blisters on the feet, even shoes are not there. She will walk some distance with her grandson in her arm. But who will cook vermicelli here? If she had money, she would have collected all the ingredients and cooked it while returning. Here they would spend hours collecting things. The one who asked was trusted. That day Fahima's clothes were stitched, got 8 annas money. She used to save that attorneys like faith for this Eid. But what would she have done? If the cow herd had got on her head yesterday, there is nothing for Hamid. So 2 paise milk is definitely needed. Now only 2 annas are left. 3 paise in Hamid's pocket, 5 in Amina's wallet. This is the board and the festival of Eid. May Allah take the boat across. Thoban and Nain and Mehtarani and Chadrain will all come. Everyone wants vermicelli. Little is not liked by anyone. From whom will she still her mouth? And why still the mouth? It is a year-long festival. Live life well. His fate is also with him. God bless the child. These days too will pass. A fair started from the village and Hamid was also going with the children. Occasionally all of them ran to get ahead. Then standing under a tree he used to wait for his companions. Why are these people walking so slowly? Hamid's feet seemed to have been touched. She never tired. Could have arrived to the tail of the city. There are rich people gardens on both sides of the road. A strong boundary wall is present. Mangoes and lychees are planted in the garden. Sometimes a boy takes up a pebble and aims at a mango. The gardener comes out abusing from inside. The boys are 1 furlong away from there are laughing a lot. What a fool the gardener has been made. Big buildings started coming up. This is the court, this is the college, this is the clubhouse. How many boys would be studying in such a big college? All are not boys. He is a great man, really. He has a big mustache. They have grown so much. They still continue to study? Don't know for how long will you study and what will you do after studying so much. There are 2-3 big boys in Hamid's madrasa worth of only 3 pennies. They get beaten up every day. They steal their lives from work. This place will also have the same type of people, and so what? Magic happens in the clubhouse. I have heard skulls run to the dead here. And there are big shows, but no one is allowed inside. And people play here in the evening. Big men play, mustache, bearded ones, and women play too. True? Give that to our mother. What's the name? The bear. So she can't hold it. She will tumble down as she rotated. Mahmud said. Our mother's hand would start trembling. I swear to Allah. Mohsin said, come on. She is able to grind flour. If she hold the bat even a little, then her hands will start trembling. Hundreds of pots of water are taken out by her every day. Your buffalo drinks 5 pitchers. If any madam has to fill a pot of water, then darkness comes under her eyes. Mahmud said, but she doesn't run, she can't jump. Mohsin, yes, can't jump. But that day my cow untied herself from the rope and went to Chaudhary's farm. So Amma ran so fast that I could not find her. Really? Let's go ahead. The shops of the confectioner started. It was well decorated. Who ate so many sweets? Look, there will be hundreds of kilograms of each and at each and every shop. I have heard that jinns come at night and take away. Abba used to say that in the middle of the night, a man goes to every shop and weighs the remaining goods and gives them real money, just like that. Hamid could not believe. From where will Jinnat get such money? Mohsin said, Jinnat has no shortage of rupees. Go to whichever treasure he wants. Even the iron door can't stop them, sir. What a mess you are in. Even diamonds and jewels stay with them. The one with whom he was blessed gave him baskets of jewels. Sitting here now, reach Calcutta in 5 minutes only. Hamid again asked, Jinnat must have been very big. Mohsin said, each one is equal to the sky. If he stands on the ground, his head may fall from the sky. But if he wants, he may enter a pot. Hamid said people must be making them happy. If someone tells me one of that mantra, then I can place a jinn. Mohsin said. Now I don't know this, but Chaudhry Sahab has many jinn under his control. If anything is stolen, Mr. Chaudhry will trace it and will also tell the name of the thief. Jummarati's calf went missing that day. Surprised for 3 days, could not be found anywhere. Then at last went to Chaudhry. Chaudhry immediately told. It is in the cattle shed and found it there. After getting Jinnat, they are given the news of the whole world. Now he understood why Chaudhry has so much money and why he is respected so much. Let's go ahead. This is police lines. All the constables exercise here. The poor policemen keep guard at night lest there be thefts. Mohsin retorted. The constable guards. That's why you know a lot. Oh, hello. This is what makes them steal. All the thieves and robbers of the city meet him at night. These people tell the thieves steal and they themselves go to another locality and utter, stay awake, let's call out. That's why these people get so much money. My maternal uncle is constable in a police station. They get 20 rupees a month but send 50 rupees home. I swear to Allah. I asked once that, Mamu, from where do you get so much money? He laughed and said, Son, Allah gives. Then he said himself, if we want, we can make lakhs in a day. We only take so much that we don't get defamed and don't lose our job. Hamid asked, if these people get theft done, then no one catches them? Mohsin showed pity on his ignorance and said, Hey madman, who will catch them? The catchers are these people themselves, but Allah also punishes them a lot. Illegitimate earnings are spent on illegitimate activities. A few days later, a fire broke Out in Mahmoud's house, all of his illegally earned gems and jewelry, including utensils, got burnt. Not even a pot was left. Slept under the tree for many days. I swear, slept under the tree. They don't know from where he borrowed 100 rupees. Then utensils, pots came. Hamid said, 100 is more than 50. Where 50, where 100? 50 is a bag full, 100 don't even come in two bags. Now the colony was getting rich. Groups of people going to Idgah started appearing one by one, wearing gaudy clothes. Some rode on air some on motor, all settled in perfume, enthusiasm in everyone's heart. This small group of villagers oblivious of their plight were happy in contentment and patience. Everything in the city was unique to the children. Whatever he used to stare at, he would keep staring and do not alert even when there is a sound of fall repeatedly from behind. Hamid was saved by going under the motor. Suddenly Idgah was seen above is the shade of dense tamarind trees, below is a paved floor on which a carpet is spread, and the rows of fasting people, one after the other, have gone as far as the bottom of the concrete world, where there is not even a blanket. The newcomers come and stand in the back row. There is no space ahead. Nobody sees money or position here. Everyone is equal before God. These villagers also performed ablution and stood in the back row. What a beautiful operation, what a beautiful arrangement. Millions of heads bow together in prostration, then all of them stand together, bow together, and kneel down together. Sometimes the same action happens as if millions of electric lights up simultaneously and go off simultaneously, and this sequence continues. What an incomparable sight it was! The collective action, the vastness, and the immensity of which struck the heart with reverence, pride, and used to fill them with self delight, as if a thread of brotherhood is lacing all these souls in one string. Part 2. Prayer is over. People are hugging each other. Then the shops of sweets and toys are raided. This group of villagers is no less enthusiastic than the boys in this matter. Look, it's a carousel. Pay a penny and climb. Sometimes going to the sky you will feel, sometimes falling on the ground. This is Chucky. Wooden elephants, horses, camels are hanging from the rods. Sit down by paying 1 paisa and enjoy 25 rounds. Mahmoud and Mohsin and Noori and Sami sit on these horses and camels. Hamid is standing far. Just 3 paise is all that he has. He can't give 1/3 of his wealth for a little spin. Everyone gets down from the wheels. Now we will take tours. There is a row of shops here. There are different types of toys: the soldier and the guzaria, the king and the lawyer, the beastie and the washerman and the sage. Wow, what a beautiful toy! Now he wants to speak only. Mahmud takes the soldier, wearing a khaki uniform and a red turban with a gun slung over his shoulder. It seems that he is still practicing. Mohsin likes big beastie. The waist is bowed. The mask is kept on top. The mouth of the fish is being held with one hand. How happy! Probably somebody is singing. He just wants to pour water with gusto. Nouri is in love with the lawyer. What a scholarship on his face, black attire, white trouser below, watch in pocket in the front of the trouser, golden chain, carrying a book of law in one hand. It seems that right now arguments or debates are going on in some court. They are all two paisa toys. Hamid has total 3 paise. How can he buy such expensive toys? If the toy slips out of hand somewhere, it shatters to pieces. If a little water falls, all the color will be washed away. What will he do with such toys? They are of what use? Mohsin says, my bestie will give water every day in the evening and in the morning. Mahmud said, and my soldier will guard the house. If a thief comes, he will immediately fire his gun. Nouri said, and my lawyer will fight a lot. Sami said, and my washerman will wash the clothes every day. Hamid criticizes the torch. They are made of clay, they shatter into pieces if they fall, but looking at the toys with greedy eyes, and wishes that he could take them in hand for a while. His hands clap involuntarily, but boys are not so sacrificial, especially when it is a new hobby. Hamid remains tempted. After the toys come the sweets. Some have taken revdis, some gulab jamun, some sohan halwa. Eating with pleasure, Hamid is separated from the fraternity. The unfortunate man has no money. Why don't you take something and eat? Looks at everyone with greedy eyes. Mohsin says, Hamid, take the revdi. It is so fragrant. Hamid is suspicious. It is just cruel humor. Mohsin is not so generous. But even knowing this, he goes to him. Hamid begs. Mohsin Revdi keeps it in his mouth. Mahmud, Nouri, and Shami burst into applause and laugh. Hamid goes whimsical. Mohsin said, okay, we'll definitely give Hamid this time. I swear to Allah, take me. Hamid, keep it. I don't have money. Shami, there is only 3 paise. What will you get for 3 paise? Ahmad said, take rose berries from us, Hamid. Mohsin is a scoundrel. Hamid said, sweets, who is a great blessing. So many evils of it have been written in the book. Mohsin said, but you must be saying in your heart that if you get it, then eat it. Why don't you withdraw your money? Mahmud said, we understand its cleverness. When all our money is spent, he will eat and lure us. After sweets, some soaps are of iron things, some of gilt and some of imitation jewelry. There was no attraction for the boys over there. They all go ahead. Hamid stops at the iron shop. Many tongues were kept. He thought, Grandma does not have tongues. Even she removes rotis from the griddle, her hands get burned. If he takes the tongues and gives them to Grandma, how happy she will be. Then his fingers will never burn again. Then her fingers will never burn again. There will be a useful things in the house. What is the use of toys? Wasted money unproductively. There is happiness only for a while. Then no one looks at the toy by raising their eyes. Either by the time you reach home, you will be equal to wear and tear. Tongues are such a useful thing. Take the rotis off the griddle, bake them in the stove. If someone comes to ask for fire, quickly take out a part from the stove and give it to him. Where does the poor grandmother have time to come to the market, and where do you get so much money? Burns her hands daily. Hamid's companions have gone ahead. Everyone is drinking sharbat and shabil. Look how greedy everyone is. Took so many sweets. No one gave me even one. On that say, play with me. Do this work for me. Now, if someone asks me to do some work, I will ask. Eat sweets, your mouth will rot, boils will come out, you will become gluttony. Then they will steal money from home and get beaten up. What is written in the book is not a lie. Why would my tongue be bad? As soon as Amma sees the tongues, she will run and take them from my hand and say, my child has brought the tongues for Amma. Will give thousands of blessings, will then show it to the women of the neighborhood. There will be talk in the whole village that Hamid has brought tongues, such a good boy, who will bless these people on their toes. The prayers of the elders reach directly to the court of Allah and are heard immediately. I don't have money. That's why Mohsin and Mahmud show such attitude. I will also show my temper with them. Play with toys and eat sweets. I don't play with toys. Why should I tolerate someone's mood swings? Am I poor? Don't I go to ask anything from anyone? After all, father will come sooner or later. Amma will also come. Then ask these people, how many toys will you get? Give each one a basket of toys and show that this is how friends are treated. It's not that when he bought the reveries of 1 paise, he started teasing and eating them. Everyone will laugh a lot that Hamid has taken tongs. Laugh. Like I care? He asked the shopkeeper, how much is this tongs? The shopkeeper looked at him and seeing no man with him said, this is of no use to you. Is it for sale or not? Why is it not for sale, and why have you brought them here? Then why don't you tell? Is it worth the money? It will cost 6 paise. Hamid's heart sank. Tell me exactly. It will take exactly 5 paise. Take it. Don't walk. Hamid asked with a strong heart, will you take 3 paise? Saying this, he went ahead not to listen to the shopkeeper's taunts. But the shopkeeper did not give the taunts, called and gave tongs. Hamid put it on his shoulder as if it were a gun and came to the fence, struttingly proudly. Just listen what criticisms everyone makes. Mohsin laughed and said, why did you madman bring these tongs? What will do it? Hamid threw the tongs on the ground and said, just drop your water bottle on the ground. May all the ribs of the child be shattered. Mahmud said, this tongue is a toy. Hamid said, why it is not a toy? Just put it on the shoulder, it became a gun. Took it in hand, became the tongues of the fakir. If I wish, I can get the work of a symbol done through it. If I apply one tongue, all your toys will die. No matter how hard your toys are, even the hair of my tongue cannot be bent. My brave lion tongues. Sami had taken the dagger. Impressed said, will you exchange with my dagger? It was 2 annas. Hamid looked at dagger with disdain. If my tongues want, I can tear open the stomach of your dagger. Just put a leather membrane on her. He started talking in a whisper. If a little water gets on it, it will be over. My brave tongues will stand firm in fire, in water, in storm. The tongues have captivated everyone. But who is holding the money now? Then they have come away from the fair. It is already 9 o'clock. The sun is getting brighter. There is a hurry to reach home, even if you insist on the father. You cannot get the tongues. Hamid is very clever. That's why the crook had saved his money. There are now two groups of children. Mohsin, Mahmoud, Sami, and Nouri are on one side. Hamid alone on the other side. Argumentation is taking place. Sami has become a heretic god from the other side, but Mohsin, Mahmoud, and Nouri too, despite being 1 or 2 years older than Hamid, are horrified by Hamid's traumas. He has the force of justice and the power of policy. On one side there is soil, on the other side there is iron, which at present is calling itself still. He is invincible, lethal. If a lion comes, Mia's Bhisti will get upset. Mia's soldiers run away, leaving their clay gun. The lawyer's grandmother dies, lying on the ground, hiding his face inside his attire. But the tongues, this Rustame Hind will grab onto the lion's neck and gouge out his eyes. Mohsin insisted with all his might. Well, it cannot feel water. Hamid kept the tongues straight and said, if it will scald Bhisti once, then she will bring running water and sprinkle it at his door. Mohsin is defeated, but Mahmud sent Kumak. If the child is caught, he will be tied up in the court, then only he will fall at the feet of the lawyer. Hamid could not answer this strong argument. He asked, who will go to catch us? Nouri stubbornly said, this soldier with a gun. Hamid mockingly said, we will catch the brave Rustame Hind. Well, bring it. Let's have a little wrestling now. We'll run away from seeing his face. What poor people will be caught. Mohsin got a new argument. The mouth of your tongue will burn in the fire every day. He thought that Hamid would be wonderful, but this did not happen. Hamid immediately replied, only the brave jump into the fire. Sir, your lawyer, constable, Vishti will hide themselves in the house like a girl. Jumping into the fire is something that only Rustame Hind can do. Mahmud insisted one more time. The lawyer will sit on the chair table. Your tongues will be lying on the ground in the kitchen. This argument enlivened Sami and Nouri as well. What an impressive argument have done him. What else can tongues do except lie in the kitchen? Hamid could not find any flamboyant answer, so he started rigging. My tongues will not stay in the kitchen. If the lawyer will sit on the chair, then he will go and throw him on the ground and will put his law in his stomach. Nothing worked out. There was a lot of swearing, but the matter of breaking the law came to the fore. It was such that all the three Surma kept staring as if a jackdaw had bitten a jackdaw. The law is a thing that comes out of the mouth inside her stomach. Let's put it, even if it is an absurd thing, it keeps some newness. Hamid hit the ground, his tongues are Ustamihin. Now Mohsin, Mahmoud, Nouri, Sami can't have any objection in this. It is natural for the winner to get the hospitality from the losers. Hamid also got it. Others spent 3 or 4 honors but could not get any useful things. Hamid impressed the floor for 3 paise only. It is true, what is the trust of toys will go to pieces. Hamid's tongues will remain as it is for years. The terms of the treaty began to be decided. Mohsin said, "Just give your tongues. We will also see. You take our beastie and see." Mahmud and Nouri also presented their toys. Hamid had no objection in accepting these conditions. The tongs went into everyone's hands in turn, and their toys in turn into Hamid's hands. "What a beautiful toy!" Hamid wiped the tears of the losers. "I was teasing you, really. How can these iron tongues compare with these toys? It seems now speak. But Mohsin's party is not satisfied with this consolation. The coin of the tongues has sat down a lot. The past ticket is no longer escaping the water. Mohsin, but will someone bless us for this tours? Mahmud, you can roam around with blessings. Do not get hit in reverse. Amma would definitely say that you got these clay toys in the fair. Hamid had to accept that nobody's mother would be as happy to see the toys as grandmother would be to see the tongues there. 3 paise only he had, and he had to do everything with that money, and there was absolutely no need to regret this use of that money. Then now the tongues are Rustamehin and the kings of all toys. Mahmud felt hungry on the way. His father gave him bananas to eat. Mahmud made only Hamid a partner. His other friends kept staring. This was the prasad of that tongs. At 11 o'clock there was commotion in the whole village. The people of the fair have come. Mohsin's younger sister ran and snatched Vishti from his hand, and when she jumped for joy, Mia Vishti came down to the ground broken and went to heaven. There was a fight between brother and sister on this. Both cried a lot. His mother got upset after hearing this noise and slapped both of them twice more. Mia Noori's lawyer's end was more glorious than his establishment. A lawyer can't sit on the ground or on a ledge. One has to think about his dignity. 2 pegs were driven into the wall. A wooden plank was placed on them. A paper carpet was spread on the track. The lawyer sat on the throne like Raja Bhoj. Nuri started fanning him. There are poppy, straws, and electric fans in the court. Shouldn't there be even a small fan here? Will the heat of the law reach the mind or not? The boss fan came and Nuri started fanning it. Don't know, due to the wind of the fan or due to the injury of the fan. The lawyer was coming from the heavenly world to the death world, and his cloth made of clay got mixed in the soil. Then there was loud mourning, and the lawyer's bone was put on the pyre. The soldier of Mahmud was left to guard the village, guard the church, but a police constable is not an ordinary person who walks on his own feet. He will ride on a palanquin. Basket came, some red rags were spread in it, in which the soldier could lie down comfortably. Nuri picked up this basket and started circling his door. Both his younger brother called out, "Chone wale jagte laho," on behalf of the soldier. But the night must be dark. Mahmud stumbles. The basket falls out of his hands, and the mere soldiers come to the ground with their guns, and one of their dogs gets disturbed. Mahmud came to know today that he is a good doctor. He has got such an ornament with which he can join the broken dog quickly. Only sycamore milk is required. Sycamore milk comes, the tug is attached, but as soon as the soldier is raised, the legs respond. Surgery failed, then his other leg is also broken. Now at least he can sit comfortably in one place. He could neither walk nor sit with a The soldier has become a sage now. He guards sitting at his place. Sometimes he even becomes a deity. The frilled turban on his head has been scratched. Now you can modify it as much as you want. Sometimes even the works of fate is taken from him. Now listen to Mia's Hamid's conditions. Amina ran as soon as he heard his voice and started loving him by lifting him in her arms. Suddenly she was surprised to see the tongs in his hand. Where was this tongs? I have bought it. And how much money? Given 3 paise. Amina thumped her chest. What kind of senseless boy is this? That it is afternoon. He has not eaten or drunk anything. What did you bring? Tongs? You didn't find anything else in the whole fair. Who brought these iron tongs? Hamid said with a guilty feeling. Your fingers used to get burnt from the griddle. That's why I took it. The old woman's anger immediately turned into affection, and that too is not the kind of affection that swells and pours out all its agony in words. It was a silent affection, very solid, full of juice and flavor. There is so much sacrifice, so much harmony, and so much discretion in the child. His mind must have been so tempted to see others taking toys and eating kheer sweets. How could he manage to control himself up to such extent? Even there he remembered his old grandmother. Amina's heart became happy. And now a strange thing happened, stranger than the tongues of Hamid. Child Hamid played the part of old Hamid. Old Amina became girl Amina. She began to cry. She used to give blessings to Hamid by spreading her arms and used to drop big drops of tears. How would Hamid perceive its secret? So that was the story. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.